2000 picture, but damn, you got a camera right on the voters. Official box here. What a bunch of stupid. Right?
Hey.
There's always something.
Officer Karen Law Dog down like a Kern County Sheriff's deputy in my slippers in the night.
Hey, young blood. Yeah, so, hey.
But I'm not doing anything dirty. That's the only difference. Hey, folks, guess what we have right here,
Hey,
folks?
Zimmer, what the hell are you? It's, you know,
We
people,
have
you
our
just gave it up for...
we have our official
Hey, Zimmer.
government document, and we're exercising our right to vote and say that Fong is wrong. You know where he went wrong? When he said that the thong was the Central Valley's Woman of the Year. Now I say thong because that's what you could put between those teeth of hers, right, honey?
Yeah, you wear a thong. I'm just wondering, I'm gravely concerned about where our district attorney's at.
Yeah, why haven't you come out yet, Cynthia?
There's going to be some accountability, Cindy.
And we want to know why, you know, because somebody always knows somebody's always going to talk. We want to know why somebody says that there might be a link to that.
Are we allowed to talk about that? What are we talking about?
Honey,
I forgot what we were talking about.
about James Ford Holman, honey. And the Muffin Man.
Continue,
And
my dear.
the vandalism, the 2 felony vandalism.
Continue, my dear.
And, honey, and the district attorney and the sheriff's department trying to close out the law dog's damn complaint.
Oh, they ain't closing our shit, but they sure the hell want to know who's voting.
Is that our detail, honey?
Probably. Is that? I thought it would have been a little bit more sporty than that. They give them a new helicopter and they go ape shit on your tax dollars.
You know how much it costs to put one of those up in the air at night? Just to put it up in the air, you're talking $5,000.
Hell of a lot more to land that bitch. I can guarantee you.
Hey, Wanchels! How you doing? Oh, just what's the police doing over here, honey, on a Friday night too? You think they're catching a show for the night, or are they providing a service of law and order for the public over there? Let me zoom in on that. So we came down here to exercise our right to vote, and of course they have the county parking lot blocked off because this is some extra revenue for them on the weekends when they rent out the
bar where they get the envelope.
When they rent out the Rabo Bank on the weekend, and they
who maintains all that?
Who's keeping track of all that money? Because they're I don't know what they're charging. What we see one night? They were charging the handicap $10.
Yeah, but they get that Universal Studios, except we have to pay $25. But in all fairness, they can charge. But I didn't know they could do it on taxpayer dollars. But anyway, they're gonna.
Hold on, Zach, Travis is asking what's going on. Travis,
we need Zach. We need Zach and Cindy.
Hey, did you find some money? Damn, we've been. Oh hell no, that's just dried bird shit in a perfect circle. You set me up to fail. That was bird shit in a perfect circle. Charles was acting like there was a quarter on the ground because he knows I'll bend over just to pick up a damn penny.
I'd bend over just get
damn sure. Oh, honey. Anyhow, Travis wants to know what's going on. Travis, what the hell's going on is more damn Lords of Bakersfield going down.
Yep. Take down
Kern County Board of Supervisors Zach Scrivener, however the hell you say his name. Well, Tuesday night there was an incident at his home in Tehachapi, and his aunt, the district attorney, Cynthia Zimmer, Lady of the Year, she found out about the skirmish, and she, rather than call 911, knowing that her nephew had 30 plus guns in the home,
She called up her cover.
she called her pocket,
cover-up-
her
cover-up
pocket
cop-
buddy,
her
honey.
Cover-up cop.
Her
cover-up-
pocket buddy.
I call her cover-up cop. Youngblood. Your ass is ass. You are in deep shit now. She's saying.
She called her pocket buddies, Youngblood at home. He was probably in his slippers.
Yep.
He figured no problem, because they got so much dirt on each other that
Yeah, they
just-
knew they weren't going to go and shit on Tehachapi without there being some consequences, and it's been long overdue. But in the end, now you know. Inbreeding. Let's do a DNA test every time you pick up one of these criminals. They do my DNA test every time they pick me up for whatever their problem is. Right?
So, like the norm goes, Youngblood sent some of his muscle on over to Scrivener's house Tuesday night, evidently not knowing that Scrivener was suffering from, or at least this is his story, and he's going to stick to it. He didn't know that Scrivener was suffering from 2 stab wounds.
Yeah. How did
When
you
he
know?
sent his boys over. Now
this
it's
ain't
funny
no-
that, wait, I got to get this out because it's funny that all of a sudden now he'll say there's a conflict of interest. There was a damn conflict of interest when Cynthia Zimmer called you at home. I mean, are you kidding me?
So anyway,
I mean,
people,
shit.
Don't confuse this with Eric and Lyle Menendez.
Yeah.
This really happened just 3 days ago.
So this was Tuesday night. Hold on.
What's that place? Mary Kay
Shell.
Shell.
3B.
Yeah, now you know. 3B Mary Kay Shell.
But now,
Didn't take much digging.
interesting. This happened Tuesday night. Zimmer sends Youngblood over. He
Hey,
acts
Youngblood.
like he didn't know what he was stepping into with his slippers on. There, right off the bat, conflict of interest, corruption starts. Scrivener's parents were already there. Now, why were they there? Were they supervising a visitation? Because, what the hell?
Oh,
Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, we got it.
Hey, wait till we show
Everybody
you the
go.
video when we pulled into this parking lot. We'll take,
Yeah.
we'll pull it off the car dash.
Yeah.
They were all in here visiting each other, not working one bit, having a good time.
No, they're just enjoying
As soon as they saw us zip in, they zipped right out. Anyway.
Roll over. Those guys are gonna roll over once Tulare sends their special process. They're gonna Youngblood, whatever Youngblood and Zimmer and homeboy.
Hey,
Ro-
thanks for the stars. Love you. That's my former student. He sent us stars,
Oh,
honey.
cool. Right. But you know what? It's
You know what is very ironic about this? Getting back to Scrivener's parents, we're already on scene. You've got a stabbing that took place. That
and it's
did
not
Zimmer
an
know
OJ.
about that?
It's not
Let's preserve those records.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
preserve Zimmer's cell phone, Youngblood's cell phone. Let's preserve everything, folks. This is going to require an AG investigation because Zimmer's the top law enforcement officer in the county, and
Not for long.
she
in the midst of an
knew.
election year.
Don't tell me ignorance is no excuse to the law. Your little desk boy Fall Gathered learned that shit the hard way. Don't act like you didn't know, Zimmer, because you knew that your nephew had 30 guns. You might not have known about the shrooms, but why did you call Youngblood after hours at his private residence rather than call 911? Please tell the public that you filed a red flag gun violence restraining order today and that your very own Jared Cadell, if I'm saying his name wrong, I don't give a rat's rear end. That's her right man investigator, chief investigator for the district attorney's office. It says you could just, no, that was an ex-BPD officer turned investigator, because that's what they do in this town. They commit crime in one department, they just shuffle their ass somewhere else. Word on the street, Chris Hillis that murdered Steve Towser because Towser was putting his tallywhacker in Chris Hillis's son. Lords of Bakersfield, folks, here's another one going down. Anyway, he's served his time, and apparently he's being subbed out by county.
Yeah, but
they're putting him back to work.
But Zach, you're probably getting pimped out by old Youngblood, and you know your aunt wasn't so distraught. She just knows that she took one quick look in front of her and saw the end of her career. And obviously you're exactly.
You know why the law dog? You know why the law dog takes a personal interest in this, folks? Follow the journey. For those of you who've been following the journey, let's not forget the Muffin Man, who lives on Moss down the street from the law dog, who suspiciously one night there were minor children on off-road dirt bikes spinning donuts at the bottom of Law Dog's driveway. Nobody with helmets, minors, all sorts of laws being violated. I called it out. You cannot file an online report without suspect name or address. I got assaulted. Confidential informant saw the video and named the suspect that assaulted the law dog. That night we did not know who it was, but suspiciously Kern County law enforcement, rather than show up to the law dog's house to take her report of vandalism and an assault, went down by the Muffin Man's house. Turns out later the Muffin Man at that time was out on bail, facing 3 felony child sex charges. And when he was identified by a confidential informant as the one in the video assaulting the law dog, it all became clear. We called it out. Thereafter, Zimmer made his 3 felony child sex charges all go away. So much so that they were sealed, even though they didn't qualify to be sealed. I notified the Kern County District Attorney's Office of her intention to do that. And then if they wanted to prevent that, after all, they busted their ass and caught him in a sting. 94-page investigative report showing his schlong from his cell phone, conversations with who he thought was a 14-year-old boy that he wanted to meet up with, and in Oildale Park with guns in his car, and everybody wants to act like this shit didn't happen. That's what's wrong in today's society, folks. You have record, picture, and video evidence, and everybody pretends it didn't happen. The video doesn't match the evidence. How? Please tell me. What's going on with that, honey?
I don't know what's going on. I tried to reset it, so we'll see. But I'm tired. I'm ready to go.
Okay, we're going to go. Let me just wrap this up because we have a lot of people wanting to know the story, honey. So you got to brief them. Yes, they can follow the journey. Anyway, real quick. He got his guns back. Here's the law dog being denied. Not only did Zimmer come after the law dog with a gun violence restraining order with no evidence of any wrongdoing on the law dog, sent her very own investigator from her office using your tax dollars to disarm her, and then the law dog was denied twice for her CCW. First time, said she lied on a question and a page number that didn't even exist. Called that out. Second time, they tried to use Cynthia Zimmer's GVRO against her that didn't even exist. It had already been dismissed because it was meritless to begin with, but yet here they are, lie, and then claim qualified immunity. Folks, common sense and technology trumps qualified immunity. Honey, anything else, Pumpkin? I've got to get Charles home. It's time for his dinner, and it's time for his medication. Thanks for watching. I know this is too much for a lot of you to stomach, but I can back up everything I do and say with record, picture, and video evidence. We need a statement from Cynthia Zimmer. We need a gun violence restraining order on Zach Scrivener.
And we need to find
And we
out
need an
how
outside
deep
investigation.
This
Yes.
cancer is dwelled.
Yes.
And we know this piece of shit Scrivener shitting on Tehachapi. They can't help themselves. And well, sounds like he helped himself to his daughter. Oh shut the hell up.
Anyway, folks.
And that's why it's important to DNA everybody in that works for the city and the county, and everybody that gets picked up, just kind of like a live scan. The only difference is a DNA scan. You'll find out why you don't inbreed.
Folks, just Google Lords of Bakersfield, Steve Towser, and Mean Justice, and Colin Kaepernick's Killing County on Hulu, and follow the Law Dog's journey from the last nearly 3 years.
And I want to complete the DNA testing, and the reason is because it would be horrific. I'm sure. I had a thought, but I forgot. Bye. So bye. Goodbye. I want a hamburger with.
Yes, we're going home. Thanks for watching, y'all. And by the way, tonight, folks, here's your tax dollars hard at work. Right down here.
Guarding that kitty.
Garden that kitty.
Guarding that cash
Garden
cow.
that cash cow from all of the parking inside the county covered parking structure because of the event over at the Rabo. So, yeah, they used to pass the envelopes underneath the bar. Now they just wait outside the...
Yeah, they don't care.
They just wait.
They're qualified.
They just grab it in plain sight and use their qualified immunity. So, anyway, thanks for joining, y'all.